Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and roll your notifications to all so you don't miss any of the demonic content. Arguably, the Christian groups that are most associated with the demonic in the United States tend to fall within three particular movements of charismatic behavior. Sometimes addressed in these groups, particularly the last, as waves of the Spirit, here's a short synopsis of their growth and development. From 1906 to 1915, William Seymour led the Azusa Street Revival, which took portions of LA by storm. The primary characteristic of this movement was the idea of being baptized in the Holy Spirit, a spiritual state which was indicated by the baptized speaking in tongues. As is often the case, response was mixed. Those within the community experienced spontaneous healings, which seemed proof of their newfound orientation towards faith. Those outside the community tended to see them as loud and raucous group with outrageous beliefs. The revival facilitated the quick spread of Pentecostalism among lower socioeconomic classes in the United States. Half a century later, the movement achieved sudden socioeconomic mobility. In 1960, some 70 members of St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Van Nuys, Los Angeles, a congregation of largely upper-middle-class white Anglicans, began to speak in tongues after Dennis Bennett, then the rector of the church, declared that he had been baptized in the Holy Spirit. Church leadership was not pleased. Instead of recanting his experience, Bennett and others led a spread of charismatic ideas to other denominations. Thus, while Pentecostalism was its own denominational movement, the charismatic renewal was primarily a spread of charismatic ideas into other denominations, leaving Lutherans, Baptists, Anglicans, Roman Catholics, and Reformed Calvinists, just to name a few, with a lot of charismatic ideas and some new denominational groups besides. The movement was also more open to the idea of demons as actors in the world. Significant figures in contemporary demonology, such as Derek Prince, Don Basham, and Frank and Ida Mae Hammond, were all products of this movement. Finally, while the second movement influenced various denominations, it had little effect upon evangelical groups. The third wave, or neo-charismatic movement, saw significant diffusion of charismatic ideas into evangelical groups. This movement also saw baptism in the Holy Spirit as indicated by more spiritual gifts than just speaking in tongues. Arguably, this is the most miraculously focused of the three groups, one which is much more apt to accept ideas of modern prophecy, resurrection from the dead, and casting out of demons. Of particular interest on this channel, the New Apostolic Reformation, and many of its important theorizers and theologians were influenced by the neo-charismatic movement.